Welcome to Havian Transformational Center. Today I want us to talk on a very sensitive issue, the rape that the Sigor boys did. It is sad, it's painful, it is sick. But as a society, we have a role to play in this. These are very young boys who have no value for women. And today I want to talk about masculinity as perpetuated by our patriarchal societies. Number one, we have the hegemonic masculinity. This is about power, the hierarchy of power. They recognize dominance over women and over other men. It shapes the socialization of young men in our society. They feel they are in competition with themselves, with other men, and more so with women. But the truth is open. They know that this is not true. And so they feel anger, violence, and aggression against women. Why? Because they are not able to admit that they entirely depend on other people. This is a weakness they are not ready to admit. They also are unable to admit that they depend on women. And so how do they reveal this? They do so by devaluing the women. And it also leads to what we call homophobia. So our young men, although the society has elevated them to a position mentally that they are superior than women, practically they have discovered that this is not true. We also have another type of masculinity called the subordinate masculinity. They don't have the power, and therefore they don't necessarily fit in the hegemonic masculinity. So even the men treat these men as lower in the gender hierarchy, probably even lower than women. Then we have another type called complicit. These are men who admire the hegemonic, but they are not themselves hegemonic. And lastly, we have the marginalized masculinity. So the problem with our boys is that they've not been socialized to look at women as humans and as powerful people. But today, they don't have anything tangible to make them superior to women. In the days past, at least, the women's position was in the kitchen. And that actually gave the men that power. Today, that role has been turned upside down. Women and men are competing on the same lanes. And probably women are emerging to be better. So, how do these men who've been lied to by the society going to show the women that indeed they are still in power? They are going to destroy the only thing that a woman has that a man does not have. The power to bring forth. The power to bring life. And so they are going to destroy that, display it for all the world to see, because they themselves are feeling insignificant. But as a society, we have a role to play. We have to socialize our boys afresh. It worked in the past, the men dominating the women. But in the current times, it is not going to work. So why are we ready to lose our boys? Through lynching, if they are caught by the society in the wrong place, through going to prison, and yet we can save them. So as caregivers, as parents, as adults in these young men's lives, let us teach them again the sanctity of life, the sacredness of life, the position of a woman. Let us not allow them to destroy the girls, the woman, in the name of they want to show their power. Let them show their power or authority in any other way. Let them compete in the world we are in today in the most favorable manner. Yes, we respect the men the same way we respect the women. Havian Transformational Center